So, as Mega Man explores the ruins beneath the island, fending off the Bonds and their servbots, he starts uncovering secrets that hint at a much larger mystery surrounding his own past.
Here's where it gets really interesting.
Right?
What kind of secrets?
Well,
I think this is the last story. Glad you showed up when you did.
All's well that ends well, right? And we were able to get a refractor. We should be able to get by with that for a while. If only the mother lode were as easy to find as this.
Don't worry, we'll find it someday. And your parents, too.
Thanks, I know we will.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel for another comfy deep dive.
Yeah.
This time we're taking a trip back to 1998,
All right.
when Mega Man Legends first crash landed on the PlayStation
Oh, yeah.
and into our hearts. We're talking about the game that dared to ask, what if, instead of the classic 2D platforming, we threw Mega Man into a full-blown 3D action adventure?
It's true.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, what's fascinating here is that Mega Man Legends came out right when games like Tomb Raider were really popularizing 3D exploration and adventure.
Oh, for sure.
And you can really see that influence in how Mega Man Legends actually plays.
Yeah, if you're watching the gameplay footage in the background here,
Yeah.
you could see right away that it doesn't really look or feel like the Mega Man that we're used to. You're running around climbing, diving underwater, controlling the camera yourself.
Right.
What were some of the things that really made this gameplay feel unique for its time?
Well, one of the key innovations was the lock-on targeting system. You could aim at enemies very precisely in 3D space, which was still a pretty novel concept back then.
Yeah.
Think Ocarina of Time. You know, that same kind of satisfying click when you lock on?
Oh, yeah.
And this made combat a lot more strategic because you could target specific weak points on enemies.
Okay, so we're not just jumping and shooting wildly anymore.
Right.
We have to think about our positioning
You got it.
and aiming carefully.
Exactly.
But what about Mega Man's arsenal?
Uh-huh.
Surely he's got more than just his Buster Gun in this game.
Oh, he does. The Buster Gun is back.
Okay.
But it's been supercharged with customization.
Right.
You can find or buy different Buster parts
Yeah.
and equip them to change the stats of your weapon.
Interesting.
So you want rapid fire spread for crowd control or a more focused beam for long-range sniping?
Ooh.
It's all about building the Buster gun to suit your playstyle.
That's cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
It gives players a lot of control over how they approach combat. But what about those iconic special weapons that Mega Man's known for?
Yeah.
Are those still in this game?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But there's a catch. You can only equip one special weapon at a time.
What?
Yeah.
No.
It adds this layer of planning and resource management because if you want to switch weapons, you have to go back and talk to Roll.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Roll.
Yeah.
Who is Roll in this whole setup?
So remember how everyone's after refractors in this world?
Yeah, those powerful crystals that are like the main energy source.
Exactly. They're the main source.
Yeah.
Well, there are these diggers.
Okay.
They're the explorers who go into the ancient ruins to find these refractors.
Okay.
And then there are spotters who use their technical know-how to guide the diggers. And Roll is Mega Man's spotter.
Gotcha.
And she's also a brilliant mechanic.
Nice.
So on top of helping you navigate the world, she can craft those special weapons and buster parts for you
Oh, cool.
from materials you find in the ruins.
So it's like a team effort. Mega Man's the brawn, Roll is the brains.
You got it.
But it sounds like if you're like deep in a dungeon and need to switch up your loadout, you might be in trouble.
You are in trouble.
Oh, no.
Big trouble.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So you really have to plan ahead.
Think ahead. Yeah, exactly. It makes you think more strategically about which weapon to bring and how to approach each encounter.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's like a fun little wrinkle that adds some challenge
For sure.
to the gameplay.
Yeah.
But it's not all about combat and exploration, right? We got to talk about the story itself.
Yes.
The setting is particularly intriguing.
Yeah.
This flooded, earth-scattered islands.
Mm-hmm.
What's the deal with that?
Picture this Earth is submerged.
Cool.
Only the peaks of the tallest mountains are forming these scattered islands.
Oh, wow.
Humanity is clinging to these scraps of land.
Yeah.
Resources are scarce.
So it's a pretty bleak picture, honestly.
It is. It's a bleak picture.
Yeah.
But that's where these refractors come in.
Right, because those are the key to survival in this world.
Exactly. They're the key to survival.
And not only are they a source of power, but the smaller fragments, the refractor shards,
Yes.
are used as currency.
That's right.
So they're basically like the oil or gold of this world.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now, into this resource-scarce world comes Mega Man Volnutt, our hero.
Okay.
He's not the Mega Man we know from the classic games, at
Right.
least not yet.
Okay.
This Mega Man has lost his memory.
Amnesia.
Amnesia.
All right, so this isn't just a 3D spin-off.
Right.
There's some serious mystery baked into Mega Man's story.
Absolutely.
Who else is part of his crew?
Well, he's got Roll as spotter, of course.
Right.
And they live on this awesome airship called the Flutter
Okay.
with Roll's grandfather, Barrel Casket.
So it's a family affair.
It's a family affair.
I love that.
Yeah.
Are they the only ones looking for these refractors?
Well, you've got other diggers and spotters out there, but then you got these guys called the Bones, a family of pirates who are also after those refractors.
Space pirates.
Face pirates.
This is getting good.
Yeah, and especially, they're after a legendary treasure called the Mother Lode.
Oh, tell me more about them.
All right, so you've got Teiselbaum, the leader.
Okay.
He's determined to get his hands on that Mother Lode.
Mm-hmm.
Then there is his sister Tron,
Yeah.
who's actually a brilliant mechanic herself.
Okay.
And might even have a little bit of a soft spot for Mega Man.
Ooh. A little romantic tension.
A little bit.
I see you, Mega Man Legends.
And then last but not least, there's the youngest brother, Bon Bon.
Yeah.
He's this giant baby robot
Oh my God.
who just goes, Babu.
I love it.
And of course, they have their army of serve-bots.
Right.
Causing mischief.
Okay, so we've got Mega Man and his family trying to keep the lights on.
Yeah.
And these pirates causing mayhem.
Causing trouble.
It sounds like a recipe for some classic clashes.
Oh, it is Thebon's attack Cadillac's Island, where Mega Man and his crew have landed.
Okay.
And that's when things really get going.
Tell me everything.
So, as Mega Man explores the ruins beneath the island, fending off the Bonds and their serve-bots, he starts uncovering secrets that hint at a much larger mystery surrounding his own past.
Here's where it gets really interesting.
Right.
What kind of secrets?
Well,
is this where the whole amnesia thing comes into play?
Exactly. He eventually finds this hidden chamber with this massive being called Mega Man Juno,
Oh, wow.
who claims Mega Man is actually someone named Mega Man Trigger.
What?
And Juno has some rather extreme ideas about what should happen to the people on the island.
Oh, no, that doesn't sound good.
No, it doesn't.
What does Juno have planned?
He believes that the island's population needs to be reinitialized,
Reinitialize.
wiped out, basically.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and he thinks Mega Man is going to help him do it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What's the reason behind this crazy purge?
He claims that they're a threat to a space station called Eden.
Eden.
Remember I mentioned Data earlier, that little monkey companion? Turns out he's not just there for cuteness.
Oh.
He ends up being the key to stopping Juno's plan.
Data to the rescue.
That's right.
But what about Mega Man's missing memories?
Well, that's where things get really wild.
Okay.
Data reveals that he's holding on to Mega Man's memories from his time as Trigger.
Oh, wow.
Entrusted to him for safekeeping.
Okay.
By this mysterious Eden.
Oh.
He promises to restore those memories when the time is right.
Wait, so Mega Man is walking around with this incredibly powerful secret,
Yes.
but he doesn't even know it.
Exactly, and we're left wondering, who is this Mega Man Trigger?
Yeah.
What did he do that made Eden want to wipe his memory?
Right.
And what is the right time for those memories to return?
So many questions.
So many questions.
It's like the game ends just as the real story is about to begin.
Precisely, and that's one of the things that makes Mega Man Legends so compelling.
For sure.
It's this world filled with these quirky characters, exciting action, but also this deep sense of mystery that leaves you wanting more.
It definitely makes you want to dive into the sequel to see what happens next.
Yeah.
But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's take a closer look at what makes this game tick. I'm talking about the details, the things that make it so unique and memorable.
Okay.
Stick with us, because in part 2, we're going to unpack everything that makes Mega Man Legends such a comfy retro gaming classic.
Sounds good.
Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're enjoying the content, and let us know what you think in the comments below.
Yes, please.
And if you're feeling extra generous and want to help the channel further, you can do so through the Patreon link below.
Yeah, any support is much appreciated. You know, one thing that always strikes me about Mega Man Legends is how it manages to create such a vibrant world.
I know.
With all the limitations of the PlayStation hardware.
Yeah, totally. It might not have the graphical fidelity of, more modern games.
Right.
But it more than makes up for it with its personality.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at the character designs. Mega Man himself is so expressive without his helmet on.
Oh, that's a great point. You can really see so much emotion in his face.
Yeah.
And the voice acting adds another layer to the characters as well.
Yeah, especially Data's adorable gibberish.
Oh, I love Data.
He's such a quirky little sidekick.
Yeah.
And his gibberish actually makes him more endearing.
It really does.
Like they have this special bond that transcends language.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Yeah, and speaking of connection,
Yeah.
the game does a great job of portraying that sense of community on Cadillacs Island.
Totally. Everyone seems to know each other, and they're all willing to help Mega Man out.
Mm-hmm. It's a refreshing contrast to the reality of their situation.
Yeah.
Living on a flooded planet, resources scarce, but they still find ways to support each other.
Right. It's very human.
It is.
Even though the protagonist is a robot.
Yeah. One of the things that makes Mega Man Legends so appealing.
For
It's
sure.
got that heartwarming core,
Yeah.
even with all the robot battles and pirate shenanigans going on.
Speaking of the bombs, they really steal the show.
Oh, they do.
With their personalities and their crazy antics.
Who doesn't love a giant robot baby that just says Babu?
Right.
I mean, come on.
They could have been just generic villains, but there's so much more than that.
They really are.
They have this hilarious family dynamic.
Yeah, you kind of find yourself rooting for them sometimes.
I know.
Except when they're trying to blow up the island, of course.
Oh, of course.
Great.
But yeah,
Their rivalry with Mega Man is just pure gold.
it really is.
It's a constant back and forth,
Mhm.
schemes and counter schemes,
Yeah,
but there's this weird sense of respect between them.
yeah, especially between Mega Man and Tron.
Right, there are definitely some sparks flying there.
Sure.
But beyond the humor and the action, Mega Man Legends also has some really touching moments.
Yeah, like the interactions between Mega Man and Raul.
Oh, for sure. I love those scenes where you can just see their bond deepening as they face challenges together.
That's really sweet.
And let's not forget the townspeople.
Oh yeah, the
They
townspeople.
each have their own, unique quirks and stories. Yeah, they really bring the world to life.
It really does.
You get the sense that these characters have lives beyond their interactions with Mega Man.
Right, like that sweet old lady who runs the bakery.
I love her.
Even when Mega Man comes back from a dungeon covered in grime, she's always so happy to see him.
She is such a sweetheart.
Ah.
Yeah, and it makes it all the more impactful when Juno shows up and threatens to destroy everything.
Yeah, for sure. That's such a pivotal moment in the game.
Yeah,
It's like the tone shifts from this light-hearted adventure
right.
to a fight for survival.
Exactly.
And you see Mega Man stepping up not just as a hero, but as a protector of this community that he's come to care about.
It's a real test of his character, especially since he doesn't even fully understand who he is.
Right. And that brings us back to, like, the flooded Earth and those unanswered questions about the past. I'm curious about, like, why they chose to set the game on a flooded Earth.
I think it adds a layer of depth and intrigue to the world.
Yeah.
You know, makes you wonder what happened to those past civilizations.
Right. What were their stories? What led to their downfall?
Exactly. It's like we're only seeing a glimpse of a much larger history.
Yeah.
And it's up to us to kind of fill in the blanks with our imaginations.
I'd like that.
And I think that's part of what makes Mega Man Legends so special. It doesn't give you all the answers.
Right.
It encourages you to think critically, to speculate, to come up with your own theories.
It's a game that respects the player's intelligence
Absolutely.
and their desire to engage with the world on a deeper level.
I agree.
And let's not forget the music,
The music.
the soundtrack.
Oh, the soundtrack is fantastic.
It perfectly captures the mood and the atmosphere of the game.
Yeah, from that upbeat town theme
Yeah.
to the tense dungeon music and those epic boss battles.
It's so good.
The music definitely adds to that immersive experience.
Yeah, there's something about those catchy melodies
Yeah.
that just stays with you long after you finish playing.
It's one of those soundtracks that you can listen to even outside of the game
Totally.
and still feel transported back to that world.
So we've talked about the world, the characters, the music, but what about the nuts and bolts of the game itself?
Yeah.
Let's talk about, like, what makes Mega Man Legends gameplay so unique and so fun.
Okay.
What are some of the things that really stand out to you?
Well, obviously the shift to 3D is the most significant change.
Yeah.
It was a bold move for the series.
Right.
And they pulled it off really well.
They did.
The controls are smooth and intuitive.
Yeah.
The world is just a joy to explore.
Yeah, I remember being impressed by how well they translated, like, that classic Mega Man gameplay
Right.
into a 3D space.
They kept the core elements that fans loved,
Right.
like the challenging combat, the platforming, but they also introduced new mechanics that took advantage of that 3D environment,
Yeah.
like the lock-on targeting.
Which, as we mentioned earlier,
Yeah.
was pretty groundbreaking for its time.
It was, and it still feels great to use today. It adds a layer of precision to the combat that you just couldn't have in the 2D games.
For sure. And the Buster gun customization,
Oh,
is
yeah.
another great addition.
It is.
Allows players to really tailor their playstyle
Yeah.
and experiment with different approaches to combat.
It's a really fun way to add depth to that combat system without overcomplicating things.
I agree.
And then there's the special weapons.
Yep.
Even though you can only equip one at a time,
Right.
they each have their own unique uses, and they can be really effective against certain enemies.
Right. Makes you think strategically about which weapon to bring
Exactly.
into each situation.
Yeah.
And those dungeons,
The dungeon.
they are full of challenging puzzles and secret areas
Oh, yeah. So many secrets.
that really reward exploration.
They do. I love how the puzzles are integrated into the environments.
Yeah.
They're not just these abstract challenges. They feel like a natural part of the world.
They do, like, that one puzzle where you have to use the surf bots to activate a switch.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's so clever
It is.
and satisfying when you finally figure it out.
You feel so smart.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's those aha moments
Yeah,
that make Mega Man Legends so fun to play.
for sure. And the game's constantly throwing new challenges at you.
Right.
Whether it's, navigating a tricky platforming section or solving a clever puzzle
Yeah.
or facing off against a giant boss.
Oh, yeah.
So good.
Keeps you on your toes.
And it's all wrapped up in this charming and memorable package.
Yeah.
From those quirky characters to the vibrant world
Uh-huh.
and the fantastic music.
Yes.
Mega Man Legends is a truly special game
It is.
that deserves to be celebrated.
Absolutely. It's a game that has stood the test of time.
Yeah.
It's still just as enjoyable to play today as it was back in 1998.
A true retro gaming gem.
It is.
And in the final part of this deep dive, we'll explore the lasting impact of Mega Man Legends, its legacy, and what its future might hold.
Okay.
Stick around, because we're going to delve into the game's influence on the gaming world and its dedicated fan base. We've talked about so much in this deep dive.
Yeah.
The story, the characters, the world, the gameplay. But there's one thing that just keeps coming back to me.
What's that?
That ending
Oh, the ending.
with Data holding on to Mega Man's memories and saying he'll restore them when the time is right.
Right.
Such a cliffhanger.
It is. It's one of those endings that really sticks with you.
It does. It makes you ask, like, what is this right time that Data's waiting for?
Yeah, exactly. It hints at this much bigger picture, like a destiny that Mega Man Trigger, I guess, has to fulfill.
And think about the implications of Data holding those memories.
Right.
It raises all these questions about identity.
Yeah.
About the nature of consciousness. Like, if Mega Man gets those memories back, will he still be the same person?
It's deep.
Right. It's almost like a philosophical question wrapped up in this fun, action-packed game.
That's one of the things I admire about Mega Man Legends.
Yeah.
It manages to tackle these really thought-provoking themes without sacrificing its lightheartedness and sense of adventure.
It's a game that can be enjoyed on multiple levels.
Absolutely.
You can just focus on the action and the fun.
Yeah.
Or you can really dig into the lore and the implications of the story.
And I think that's part of its lasting appeal.
For sure.
It's a game that rewards curiosity and encourages you to think beyond the surface level.
We know there's a sequel.
Right.
That delves a little bit deeper into these mysteries.
Yeah.
But even without playing that, the ending of the first game sparks so much speculation.
It's a testament to the power of good storytelling.
Totally.
You leave the game with more questions than answers.
Right.
And you're just eager to discover more.
Speaking of discoveries, one thing that surprised me was how much innovation Mega Man Legends brought to the table.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially for its time.
Yeah, the transition from 2D to 3D was so seamless.
It really was.
And they really embraced the possibilities of that new dimension.
The lock-on, targeting the 360-degree movement, the camera control, those were all pretty groundbreaking for a game released in 1998.
Yeah, they really helped lay the foundation for modern 3D action-adventure games.
Totally.
It's fascinating to see how many games today are still using those core mechanics that Mega Man Legends pioneered.
Like Ratchet and Clank, Jack and Daxter, even like open world games like Breath of the Wild.
Totally.
It's amazing to think that this like quirky little game about a robot exploring a flooded Earth has such a lasting impact on the industry.
And its influence extends beyond just the gameplay.
Oh, for sure.
You know, the world building, the character design, the themes of community and resilience.
Right.
Those all resonated with players and left a mark.
And you can see that reflected in the game's dedicated fan base.
Oh, yeah.
Even though it's been over 2 decades since it was released, Mega Man Legends still has such a passionate following.
They're creating fan art, writing fan fiction, even developing fan games to keep the spirit of the series alive.
It's amazing. It's a testament to the power of a game that truly connects with its players.
Yeah.
On an emotional level.
I think that's a beautiful way to put it.
Oh.
Mega Man Legends is more than just a game.
Yeah.
It's an experience.
And that's what we love about these comfy deep dives.
Yeah.
It's about revisiting those games that shaped our childhoods.
Right.
But also appreciating them with a fresh perspective.
Yeah.
Understanding their impact and their enduring legacy.
And who knows, maybe one day we'll finally get that Mega Man Legends 3.
I hope so.
And all those lingering questions will be answered.
Fingers crossed.
But until then, we have the memories, we have the fan creations, and we have deep dives like this.
Yeah.
To keep the spirit of Mega Man Legends alive.
That's right, and we want to hear from you.
Yes.
What are your favorite memories of Mega Man Legends?
Yeah, what are your theories about the flooded Earth and the mysteries surrounding Mega Man Trigger?
Do you think we'll ever get that elusive third game?
Let us know.
Share your thoughts, your hopes, your dreams in the comments below.
Yeah, we love reading them.
And if you enjoyed this deep dive, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more comfy retro gaming goodness.
And if you're feeling super generous and want to help us keep these deep dives coming, you can support us through Patreon.
Yeah.
Find the link down below.
Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey back to the world of Mega Man Legends.
Yeah.
We hope you had as much fun as we did.
We did.
Until next time, game on.
Indications are that the mysterious group of pirates will continue its offensive for the foreseeable future. Recapping our top story of the day, at 2 o'clock this afternoon, the city center was attacked by a group of unknown pirates who demanded they be given the keys to the caves and tunnels underneath our island. The mayor has refused to give in to their demands and is currently under siege alone in City Hall. Local police are helpless in front of the power of the pirates' weapons. It may be only a matter of time before City Hall is destroyed. Hopes are rapidly fading as... I've just been handed this update, viewers. It appears that the robots and machines being used to lay siege to the city have been destroyed by a single young boy. And now, that same boy has come through the gate and is heading towards City Hall. Wait! There he is! I can see him! He really is alone! Can this lone hero save the mayor?